Hey, it's your girl KV back with another review, y'all. This one is for, oh, that's not gonna do it over there. I always forget to put it on Do Not Disturb until I get to going. So, this review is for Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 16, episode 7, Nashville Hold'em. So, before we get into the episode, let's talk about Kenya. She finally did her little confessional video. More confessionals. Kenya more official. It I feel like it was too little, too late. Like we really didn't learn anything new. She said that it's not revenge piece. She did not sexually assault anybody, but I'm like, but it is harassment because you can't just go around showing people. Let me go show my nigga photo. Look at it. Look at it. Like, girl, you at work. You at your place of employment at that. So, weird nonetheless. We did learn that she was invited, then uninvited to the reunion. I said, dang, not even gonna let our girl go to the reunion. I'm only saying our girl facetiously. Kenya has never really been my favorite. She cool. Like, I love Kenya for who she is because, listen, Deliver Us from Eva came on the other day when L Cool J called them Lumpy and Reese's, Lucius and Renee. And these are our kids. When they was trying to make Gabrielle Union jealous. That's so I'm gonna always love Kenya more for being beauty queen, dark skin dream, every boy's first wet dream type of girl. Like she gonna always be that girl, but I feel like she definitely cheapens the brand being on Housewives with her antics. With her antics. Not that she's here on Housewives, but her antics. But you know, we're gonna see if they actually invite her to the reunion. I feel like with as much backlash as they have been getting for firing her but not doing the investigation on Britt about the gun charges, I feel like they might let the public bully them a bit into letting her onto the reunion since it has not been filmed yet. So let's keep our fingers crossed because we need her there. Okay, we need her there. She needs to tell her side of the story. She needs to be able to address people in these situations. Can't believe they didn't give her no confessionals. So she said if this was one of the white franchises, they would have took the gun threat serious because I hate the way that everybody's just walking past the gun threat like it's nothing. Like, yeah, she didn't take it out and point it at her, but in what world would it be okay for her to be like, yeah, I got pistols and whips. Yeah, I got pistols and whips. And Kenya did say they didn't play it on camera, but Britt said, I got pistols and whips for just like you. And I was like, okay, I don't know if I heard it in my head or it's like that was like the next course of action, but I'm like, did she not say that? I felt like they played a little bit. Maybe they didn't play the you part. But she was definitely on that type of time. And for her to threaten to have a gun, threaten to shoot this girl, would threaten to use her gun, she should have been suspended. Kenya apologizes for doing it at her salon. It don't seem like she really all that sorry for doing it at all. Just she's sorry that Britt got hurt and she's sorry that she did it at her salon. So she do give like a little half-ass apology, but all right, on to the episode. Episode starts off with Britt. She is car shopping with her husband. Honey, you told me that you'd get me a new car every 2 years. Yeah. So doesn't this doesn't the engine just sound like sex? Oh my god. Oh my god. And he's like, you're doing too much. Put your leg down. Because she's like in front with the car salesman right there. So the car salesman, when she did it, he was like, oh. I mean, he look at the husband like, is that your love language? Like, y'all buying no car or no? They probably didn't. We got to see that car in the driveway before we believe that they bought that car. But somehow they get on the topic of the ladies, of course, and she is convinced that Angela came in guns blazing, okay? She came for me. She came for me. It was just like, oh my gosh. She's like, oh, what do you mean? Your license is suspended. And I'm like, do you want me to bring up rumors? Because the rumor is that Charles Oakley, her husband, had a baby on her. It's like you got a beef with somebody, and with Kenya being gone, Angela challenging you, she is the next best guest. Best next guest. So here they are. We see Angela. She at home. I guess Shamia comments about her nose got her all self-conscious now because she said she wanna got some filler or something on the side of her nose. And her son was like, you look like Yoshi. She was on Twitter like he on punishment forever. So it was a funny little moment and a human moment. Like, she got some criticism and was like, I've been thinking so too. Let me go ahead and get it done. She had a really human moment, and I can appreciate Angela for that, because we see that outside of just straight up telling us that her husband got a side baby, if he do or don't, we don't know yet. She lets it all hang out. Me and my daughter beefing, she beefing with the mama. My husband is like this, da, da, da. Like, she the one that's giving the most, I feel. She's in charge of the girls, low key. She can't step into it just yet, but from this viewpoint, from the viewers, it's a consensus that she's in charge of the girls, okay? Shamia is right there. Shamia is right there as far as she's literally the glue that put everybody together. But Angela is going to move this story along. She's going to ask you the questions that need to be answered, and she's going to call it out. And like she said, I wear a size 12 shoe. I can stand on my own. And baby, she do. So she's in charge of the girls. So Angela has Drew over, and they bring up the whole Michael Jordan thing because Drew is still like, oh girl, how's my cousin Tequila again? That's my cousin, Drew Jordan. So Angela is like, yeah, I talked to Marcus, and he said you is not that cousin. And she was like, girl, that was a joke. Drew, no, we didn't. Drew... Everything is a joke with Drew, so I wouldn't have taken her serious. But Angela, like I said, she in charge of the girls, so she gonna call your bluff at day one. I don't care how you play, don't play with me. That's Angela right now. So this whole little thing is funny because ain't they supposed to be friends because they both from Chicago? Well, she did say they had the same hairstylist, so maybe they have known about each other for a minute. And now this is really them getting close. That's what it's giving. Because they don't give we been knowing each other. They give we might be a little friendly type vibes, right? So, what's next? So while this is going on, Kelly has some of the ladies over. Portia, Shamia, and Cynthia. Cynthia gets there and they're talking. First of all, let's talk about this pink ass dog. The dog looks crazy. Like, not only is the dog's hair dyed, the dog also got like designs cut all in his back. And she was like, people be telling me my dog look crazy, and that's fine because he was stolen from us, and I had to put him. I found him on Craigslist. I said, dang, they made you buy your dog back then. Or did you call the police? Like, they stole my dog. Which one, girl? Which one? But she said that's her precautionary method. So if somebody steal their dog, you know that's your dog. You know that's your dog. So Cynthia gets there first, and they are talking about dating. Cynthia, as we know, got 2 ex-husbands that she done had on this show. Okay? That she done had on this show. Married. Well, she didn't divorce Mike on the show, but we basically married and divorced on the show, right? She's dating now. I don't know who. She said they've been called out a couple of times, so it's a couple of pictures out on the internet. I'm busy. Babe! Hey. Hey, girl. How you doing? Where your daddy at?
He making his food. Can I show you in the video?
You can say hello.
What's this?
Nothing.
What it called, Mommy?
It's called a strawberry Dubai chocolate cup.
Okay.
Say go.
This is strawberry blue cup because I love it. So we got Mommy. Say hello.
Hey. Hey to my channel.
Hey. So we see you tomorrow. Bye.
Did you say your name?
Belina.
Okay.
Moeoip.
Your daddy calling.
Hey. Sorry. I'm not here yet.
Hey, y'all. I'm back. I went and got a drink since she stopped my video trying to make a video of her own. Y'all seen it. But that's my baby, y'all. And I'm probably I'm gonna start off. This ain't no time soon. This ain't none of my plans for real right now. But I know she's going to make me at some point. As you guys can see, she already thinks she got a YouTube channel. So I'm going to have a place for them to actually be. Because she really be creating content, y'all. She really be creating content. And I want to respect her little time, little energy, and little focus. Because she dead serious about it, as y'all see. I have so many little videos where she'll set her phone up when we cooking in the kitchen and look at me and mommy and our matching apron. So she is, between seeing me do these YouTube reviews and then seeing me do Hood Health Report, and then she loves Ryan and Diana and Roma. I need to find a little black girl YouTuber to show her. If y'all got some recommendations, because all she know is Ryan's World and Diana and Roma. I'm tired of it. So, yeah, she's serious about it. And she be like, when she pull up the YouTube, she sees my channel face. So she be like, Mommy, there's you. Where's my picture? I made my videos. Where's my picture? I be like, oh, your it's still loading. I be saying no shit, right? Because... she's 4. I'm not ready. Maybe when she's 5 or 6, we will. Anyway. So yes, y'all, that's my baby. She ain't bombarded my video in a long time. So I feel like she had to make up for lost time. But where was I? Cynthia went through these 2 public marriages and divorces. I'm like, dang, man. She be falling in love. Her and Portia, 2 married. Well, we didn't see her get married, but still. Yes, to Cordell, that is. See her get married to Cordell. We didn't see her get married to Simon either. Now that I think about it, I ain't selling for the I'm surprised. I guess after the disaster that was Portia's Family Matters, when she turned into a rabid animal and was trying to beat on Dennis and his mama, she grabbed that boom mic. I was like, oh my God. Her whole family was just like... It was a hot mess. Maybe they ain't want no pot to the wind after that catastrophe, because they knew that it was probably going to be fan outrage. But, anywho, Cynthia is dating. She says she's dating younger men because for some reason the young men want TT. They looking for TT. And that's the same thing Tracy Ellis Ross said, right? She said she like him a little bit younger. And then people criticized her for not wanting to male her age, only for Shannon Sharpe to come out these allegations about him. And even if the allegations are not completely true, we've seen enough to know why the women in that age group don't want them type of men. Because what you mean, you with some little 19-year-old girl and you got her. It's race play. Y'all got race play going on. So yeah, let Cynthia be TT, because the ones your age ain't no better. If you gonna get done dirty, get done dirty by something that still look good out here in these streets. Somebody that can lift you up easily. You know? You know, Cynthia thick these days. Nothing that ain't no shade. I know she doing her Weight Watchers things to slim it on down, but she needs somebody that's gonna pick TT up and hmm. Y'all already know what it is. T-Mouse on deck. Next, excuse me. All the ladies get there. And why Shamia looking like Fabo with them white glasses on, and she got them white boots reminiscent of the black boots she got on in the promo pic, which she said on, I think, her YouTube or some of one of these interviews, that the dress she was supposed to wear didn't arrive on time. So that's why she ended up wearing what she wore. And I was just like, sure, Jan. Sure. The way she likes to, she's very eccentric, and she got the coins, all the coins. So she got all the designers, all the labels, but the way she put them together is just, it'd be funny. It'd be interesting. It'd be interesting. She just need a little stylist, you know, and they don't even just come in there and go through her closet. She don't even need no new clothes. Come through her closet and show her how to pair up the stuff that she got and not look like new money. Okay, because she said she came from a well-off family, so I guess she just eccentric in her style and way of being. So they get there, everybody's there, and they fill Portia in on what happened at the peace brunch. Brittany, you know, was doing the most. She ain't taking no accountability. She just, this is about me. This is about me. No, this is about peace. This isn't a make Brit feel better brunch. Like, okay, girl. So they asked Portia how she feel about Drew, and she's like, with I'm mature, and the new Portia, I've just moved on. I've moved on. And Cynthia said, "Oh, so y'all good? So y'all good now?" She said, "Well, you're using such good adjectives. I wouldn't quite use those kind words." So you haven't moved on, boo boo. And Cynthia says that she's acting like she don't care, when in reality she cares a lot. And she does. And I understand why she cares. But for the sake of this show, this is the only storyline that Portia got. So she got to hold on to something. She got to leave a mystery. Is Portia going to talk to her this episode? Whether we like it or not, Simon, y'all remember how Simon was cutting up on her? He probably has an injunction to where she can't say his name. Like, you know how for a while Sierra couldn't say Future? I feel like that's what Simon got on Portia at this time. She can't film at the house. He tried to take the Rolls Royce. Her can't film in that either, but she was able to film that. And who knows at what point they lifted it for her to be able to film at the house. I know eventually she starts filming at her house, right? But that's all Portia got, is to keep this beef with Drew. She has nothing else but to cut a fool. Now, like I said, she don't want nobody to come on and ask Dennis no questions. They come into the studio just just to be messy, to see Dennis and to ask some questions. I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that. So she lets them know that she's going to be doing a Cowboy Carter themed birthday trip to Nashville. She's inviting all of the girls. She's invited her sister Lauren, Manietta, some other real friends, right? Is Drew going to be there? Of course not. Well, actually, we see back at the crib with Angela, she's inviting Drew on Portia's trip. Drew was like, I need the invitation to come from her, but okay for now. Like, she don't really say okay, but we know she gonna go. So, Drew and Brittany, y'all, let's get to the episode. Drew and Britt are out. They both having their little lemon drops, y'all. I said, okay. My uncle used to love him a lemon drop, y'all. Rest in peace, Uncle Carlos. Used to love him a lemon drop. I'm not really much of a vodka girl. I'm not much of a vodka girl, so I be getting it with rum, but when it's another liquor, it'd be a whole nother drink, so I don't know what they call it, but bring some in a martini glass, though. So, Drew and Brittany do brunch. They have lemon drops, right? She asked that girl if she ever sold the cat. So, did you ever sell it? So, what? The cat. I said, Drew, what is your problem? But thank you. This is Drew's moment. Somebody else said it, and I could tell in this moment. This was Drew's moment to put her big girl panties on, like, oh, like, I'm a housewife now. You know, I'm not in training no more. Let me come call her to the table like I've been called to the table a number of times. Like, I've tried to call other people to the table, but they chopped me down because I'm, you know, I had to go to boot camp. I had to do my housewives training, but I'm here. I'm present, reporting for duty. I said, all right, Drew, look at you. Look at you. Did you ever sell it? The cat. The girl acting like she hasn't. What did you ever do, Lauren? And she's like, I've never done, oh, I've never done, oh, oh, I can't get it out. I've never done porn. The way God was trying to choke that lie out of her before she could get it out. Not God had his foot on your neck trying to choke that lie down. Baby, I was so weak. She couldn't even try to lie. So in my 20s, I was did webcam. I didn't do porn. I never did like intercourse. I did webcam. I was just naked with my homegirl and we were just having conversations. But I did it for like a week and I made really good money. Sure, Jan, a week. Naked conversations. But somebody was like, now we have seen the video where she's talking about she finna do a steamy hot shower scene. So whether this was you with yourself or something, what? Ooh, she knows she sold that cat. I don't even know why she's trying to lie. Next, we see a not so funny scene, y'all. Ralph and Drew have their court date. Ralph fought to have the case unsealed. I feel like that's interesting because Drew claims that everything about him has already been unleashed. So it's like, are you hiding stuff? Was there physical abuse or is Drew trying to hide her stuff? My first guess was that it's some incriminating evidence in there to say that she was like this with Ty. He got some text messages. You know how they brought them text messages on stage when she was trying to act like they was fake? He probably got all the stuff, because she was probably like this with Ty. I feel like that might be why she don't want it unsealed. Because I get it. You don't want your kids reading this type of stuff, but if you already put everything out about him, you know? So he still has not turned over any financial records. He's able to still stay in the basement because he's paying all the bills, apparently, allegedly. But I'm like, if you paying all the bills, but you won't show proof of your finances, it's just crazy. It's just all types of foolery. And it's like, if you just let the divorce proceed and y'all can sell the house and y'all ain't gotta live together no more, y'all can just downsize or resize to whatever it is y'all gonna get, like, just childish, just big. He's sitting there talking to his lawyer, oh, you did much better than I did for myself, for representing myself. Well, yeah, she's a lawyer. She knows the law and what makes sense. She's not up there just trying to be emotionally vindictive. She actually has some backing, some knowledge as well. Of course, she did better than you. But like I said, he gets the case unsealed and he gets to stay in the basement. The ladies are heading to Nashville, and Angela misses her flight. They said she running from the heat, y'all, because, you know, Angela keep that fan to make sure she don't melt and that wig don't melt, that glue don't melt. After her husband told her something happening. She said she is not going through menopause. She's just the hottest bee in the room. A couple of episodes ago, I said, girl, it's giving perimenopausal. I got some cousins that's mid-40s and they be going through the hot flashes. So we're not saying that you 60 years old, but it's giving hot flashes. You be hot in that wig, child, them wigs. So they get to the house and Portia got some nice men as the staff. I said, "Ooh, she trying to have another Bolo moment," but this time on the low. She don't need her business getting out like that. She going through a divorce or whatever. I said she trying to have a little in house. Do you, girl? Y'all single women's. So she shows everybody her room. Shamia's like, where your best friend room at? Where your best friend room at? She like, you can have that one since you claimed it. she shows a bunk bedroom and then a camp room with like four, 5, 6 beds in them. I said, I wonder what Lauren and Mayetta room look like, or if it's the friends in another house. I was just wondering what all the rooms look like. Angela gets a suite room because you know she be hot. She need her space. She an old lady. She an old lady. We gotta put TT around the corner, okay? So I wonder what the other rooms look like, or if the other ladies are at another house or whatever. We see Kelly and Britt in the attic room, and Kelly tells us she's gonna share her stylist with Britt just to make her feel better, let her know that she's supported, right? Britt tells her, I got locks in case someone tries to get funny. So my first thought was like, girl, you're not the richest in the room. Who would be stealing from you? But then I was like, but what do you got a lock box? What you putting locks on? How are you planning to use these locks, Britt? It was given you finna put the locks in some socks and swing them over? Why do we do that? Was my mind, but I was like, nah, Kavandra, don't be bringing your hood rat side to the Housewives. Don't be thinking that. And then somebody else, another reviewer said it, and I was like, I was wondering, but I didn't know if I was being too ratchet. Back in the razor blade and the bunny and tongue type days, I didn't know if my life. That ain't the point. That girl said she had locks in case somebody try to get funny. And Kelly's like, oh, girl, well, I got some sage and I got Kenny. And I was just like, oh, okay. Okay. All right. So, yeah. Who was it? What? Oh, Color Me Pink. Color Me Pink was the one that was like, she talking about as a weapon. And I was like, I was wondering. Because I was like, who's stealing from you? Y'all probably all in the same tax bracket or have access to the same items type deal. Who's stealing from you, girl? Who's stealing? So, yeah. Angela gets there at the table. At this point, they're all at the table having a snack or getting ready to go. I can't remember what was really going on. Maybe they were eating. And they're talking about Angela because she invited Drew. And Angela walks in while they're talking about her, and she know they talking about her, so she like, Portia basically tries to chastise her for inviting Drew. I feel like I'm being bullied on my birthday. You know I don't like her. Why do you invite her? I'm like, girl, stop acting like production ain't make it to where that girl gonna come. You ain't pay for this house. You ain't pay for it. This a cash trip. When you do stuff during the season and they pay for it and the camera's coming, it's a cash trip. You ain't got no say so no more. You ain't got no say so no more. You know that. So they all try to get up on Angela about why she do that, but she ain't going. Like she said, she wears size 12 shoe. She can stand on her own. So speaking of Drew says that she's not there yet because, well, no, we see that she is at Dennis's little hookah lounge crew, and she's celebrating just signing a record deal with Connect Music. I said, wait a minute, Connect? My people's Connect? I was like, y'all signed Drew? That information cannot be confirmed nor denied as of yet. So I was like, y'all know Drew just be lying, so she probably just made it up, child. Who knows? They get ready to go bull riding. Shamia, Shamia. Shamia got this outfit on. I'm like, don't you know she even go bull riding? Everybody else was like, let me put on some pants because we're going bull riding. Shamia get this little bitty skirt on. She had a point to prove, okay? I can do this in a little skirt. It don't matter. She got to get a little cloth to pull up in between the legs while she on the bull to not flash everybody. And I think she stayed up there the longest, right? Half the girls was gone in less than 10 seconds, and then her and somebody else was almost a minute. So, yeah, she was like top two, if not number one. So, the next morning, they all at the table for breakfast or whatever, and they bring up Drew. And one of Portia's friends, I don't think they even showed the face when the conversation was happening, but one of Portia's friends is like, oh, didn't she give Dennis head or something along those lines, y'all? Portia tells us in the confessional that that's how Dennis would keep his numbers steady. And every time they would go out, he would, she would like, you put anybody in his room. And he was like, well, nah, I just got head from her. She gave me head. But he was claiming he wasn't smashing. I said, y'all, not y'all starting rumors that Drew done topped him off in the studio to get some free studio time. Y'all ain't even right. I don't think Drew would stoop that low. I don't. She got a little money in her pocket. She could pay Dennis for some studios. She can pay. Dennis need to be paying her to come in the studio. Who is you to They did some nice work. I like it. Bitch, I need to breathe. Bitch, I need to breathe. I gotta get a new weave. I like the album. I work out to the album. Except for when she got Sierra Gates on the outro. Who told her to do that? Because when I first saw it, I said, now I know Sierra be calling herself a rapper on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, but so as I listen to the song, it ain't even her rapping or singing. It's just her doing some, if that nigga don't love you, you better leave and value yourself, girl, type speech. And I'm like, what was the purpose? Did you owe her a favor? Like, did you promise her you let her on the album, but her rapping or singing abilities weren't there, so you just wrote her some poetry ending on the end of the song, chap? But that's all of this review, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Like my baby's fictional channel, like my real channel, subscribe to the channel, and be ready for the next video. I still gotta do, I'm gonna do Fly Girl. I read that book, so I'm gonna do a book review. I noticed I only did one book review so far. I said, oh, I can be pumping these books out. What I'm doing. So I'm gonna start doing book reviews more, especially since I'm only reviewing Real Housewives of Atlanta. So I'm gonna do Fly Girl next. And I did watch Kirk and Rashida on Reality with the King. When I saw it, I said, first I was like, girl, Kirk and Rashida. And then the next day I saw it, I was like, wait, Kirk and Rashida? And I hit play and it was good. I liked it. I watched the whole thing. I didn't get, tired of it and had to turn it off or none of that. So I'll come to y'all with that. Probably just do both of them tomorrow or do Kirk and Rashida Friday. Kirk and Rashida probably Friday. Okay, y'all. Until next time, I'll see y'all later. Bye.